This is Calavos, and we are playing Minecraft, and this is Ultimate Alchemy. So, I am dinking around with stuff. Stuff being a technical term, which you may or may not be familiar with. What I'm kind of doing is... let's break this. Let's take of these, and then from here, this and this. Go one there. No. All right. So what we're trying to do... So now this will give us an endless supply of dead bushes. We're going to void. And apparently the void stops stuff from going into exciting. That is actually a big problem. What we can do, though, is we can lock that... Alright, trash can? Trash can. Yeah, let's make a trash can really quick, and we'll... So, what it may... Okay. Test... Trash can. Cobble. Oh, a couple of them are cobble. I didn't realize that. So what I'm kind of thinking is... That filled up super fast, so we're exporting these really fast. So the void upgrade stops it from doing anything useful. Good to know. And this is going to fill up again. I guess what I'm pretty much going to have to do is this. Wow, it doesn't... These don't like anything that voids. Okay. Okay. So, in that case... What? This item duct. We'll pop one of these on there. Does that work? Okay, that works, but I'm not sure it's very fast. But it may not need to be if... Yeah, it may not need to be if... we're not producing that many saplings. This is basically just a filter and storage. And eventually, this will fill up, and then it won't matter. What we can do is, let's get rid of that. The point of this is if we take our leaf blocks, and we do this simple compost. Now, we can make it more efficient. So, for example, if we wanted to, we could just break this. Break that. Oh, yeah. I desperately do not care about any of that, so... I think I just tossed something I didn't want to toss. Oh well. Yeah, I think I just tossed all the rest of my item ducts. Whatever. So, like, that was an option. The other thing that we could do is we can go ahead... Uh-oh. Okay, I'm gonna pause it here, and it looks like I may need to restart the pack since it crashed. Alright. So let's kill this, and I will show you what I meant. So, we have a thing over here for dirt, and one of the reasons that we were making all of this dirt... so it's going to be red, orange, red. Grab one of our chests here. Red. Oh, right. I just threw out like a bunch of drawers. I remember why I had all these drawers. This is basically like 4, 1. Okay. Flowers. Ooh. Throw them on the ground. That's perfect. Love this plan. We'll be needing a lot of these later, so... I mean, we don't need, like, this many. So one of the things that I am kind of looking at for this is we may... we may automate this slightly once we have everything set up. And I'll kind of work on it from there. But meanwhile, back at the ranch, let's bone meal this up. Okay, so we now have enough yellow. We don't really necessarily care about red. Red's nice, but the reason that we don't care about red... beetroot seeds, which are just amazing. Apparently, it's nighttime and they don't want to grow. I know, you're jealous of my crazy, amazing beets. Speaking of which, a lot of sugar in America, random fact here, is made from beets. And beetroot factories smell awful. And I had heard somewhere that many, like, ants and stuff like that, many natural sugar-seeking pests, because sugar is actually really cool stuff, will not eat fake sugars. And so sometimes these, like, sugar factories and stuff like that, they will use fake sugars to, like, keep the ants out, because the ants won't even, like, cross it. Now, I have no idea how true this is. So I guess you'd have to find out for yourself, which I very much encourage people to totally find out things for yourself instead of randomly believing everything that you hear, especially on YouTube, from weird and reprehensible people such as myself. Because on YouTube, everybody can say pretty much anything that they want without needing to whatever. So, the point is this. We now have access to saplings, and we have access to dirt. So if we go ahead and say that we want compost, which is this stuff, we can go ahead and do that recipe. It will now pull from both of these sources, make compost. And then we can go snitch a drawer. And say... to go that way. And magical compost. Ta-da! Now, if we wanted to take this any further, we could actually go... access to brown. So if we can make brown pigment from thermal foundation, we can make cocoa beans. Cocoa beans we can farm. So like if we had... jungle wood, which we can get jungle wood. We could farm cocoa beans. Brown pigment we can get from that. Cocoa beans. We get from pumpkin seeds with the alchemy catalyst. And I kind of have thoughts about how we can get our hands on stuff. So let's experiment a little bit. So we'll say a couple of these, those. Okay, so let's grab 2 more of these. And we're just gonna say random color scheme. Red, 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 red. Orange, orange. I do not know why I picked these colors, and I hope that I will not, like, use them. That's empty. I hope that, it is not, like, an issue later that I use them. Let's do that. Just gonna pop that down, pop that over. That. Just gonna say, you will keep filling with that. So interestingly, the reason that this works okay, let's make sure that we are, yeah, we're mostly staying full. If I were smart, I would assign a number to each of the colors. There are 16. You could do alphanumerics and keep track of them somewhere. But I am not smart. So next step, we take this and we go ahead and say bone meal. Bone meal. Boom. Right? Let's grab a couple more chests. So now we have automated bone meal. How amazing is that? So let's go ahead and say that red on the end is bone meal. We're gonna grab a item translocator. On the correct side. I know. Crazy, right? now, this is automatically going to fill with bone meal. And we have bone meal. Auto bone meal. We did waste like thousands and thousands and thousands of saplings, but what can you do, right? I mean, I'm not super worried about it. So, yeah. How's that for exciting? So we've now automated our bone meal, and when this is full, that over there will stop. But one of the reasons that we wanted the automatic bone meal is just looking. So we can make phyto grow. This gives us diorite, which helps. Redstone slurry. So we can make green pigments. But yeah, energetic infuser. So now we can basically take an energetic infuser, which we already have, and have a supply of apatite. And apatite we can use to make fertilizer, and fertilizer to go in our things, because we need fertilizer. Pretty much how it rolls. The question is, if I try to overload this, it only takes it in that slot. So, farm control, farm hatch. Alright, let's see where the energetic converter is. So the fertilizer is made with sand and apatite. So we can actually apatites to make fuel if we cared. Alright. Sure. We'll basically go some flux duct. Oh my god. Always one short. One short. Just gonna grab that one and that I think this is working out pretty nicely. Alright. Pop that there. Now we should be able to do this. We will clear your inputs, auto input enabled. Boom. Now, we need sand. Sand, we have a color over here. Grab a little sand. Sand is yellow, yellow, yellow. That's pretty cool, I guess. Man, where are we going to get bone meal for this stuff, right? Toss one of those. Oh, we've got a tinker's hammer too, so we can start doing fancy things with that. Let's grab one of these. We will pop this down here. We're going to go yellow, 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 which makes this a sand chest. We now have appetite here. Let's go get a crafter. Crafter. And we pop this down, and then we go fertilizer to the crafter. All right. Because we want this to stop when it's filling up, and we don't want this to like crowd this inventory. So now we have that. Let's grab more chests, or yeah, if it right, 3 chests. What color do we want this to be? Let's grab 2. No. Oh, no, one more. Just as I get into something, like it always takes longer than I expect. It's like do a million things and. Alright. So let's go ahead and say item transfer node here. That. That is going to fill this chest up. It's red in the middle. So we're going to go that. Red in the middle. We're going to get a servo. And that should always keep that full now. And get a chest here. Go red in the middle. Pop that on there. If I were to take that out, it should autofill all the way. Rock on. So, we have now automated this process. Like, it took both of these farms to do it. But it is now done. And we're keeping up as far as like it's not using all of our peat. So we have access to more peat if we want it. We have plenty of appetite. I'm not sure that the appetite's actually good for anything else. We could get potentia out of it, so that's cool. Stamps, the apatine electron tube is kind of a thing. So we can just come pull some out when we want to. But yeah, like... So the farming setup can now be totally encased because we do not care about it. It will maintain itself forever. Forever! And... because this requires 4, as long as there's 3 or less in here, it should pull out to the thing. And as these fill up, then everything will be fine. So it's weird that it keeps, like, we're ending up with extra bog earth in here. I know that it's having trouble with the dirt. Like, the dirt is you know, this, because this is always full. Okay, so it is kind of using it. But that's cool, because this is faster than the other, like the flat transfer node's kind of slow. And the item translocator is actually really fast, so it should theoretically keep that from clogging. I guess there's not really any promises. Alright, well, we've done the thing. There's a couple of other things that we'll still need to do to improve our farming situation. And none of this is pretty. What I may actually want to do is make signs so I can keep track of what everything is doing. But I mean, I guess you guys don't need to explain how to make signs in Minecraft. And I'm not necessarily inclined to be making the signs just for you guys. This is also for my own edification. Like, it's helpful that we can see, like, bone meal crafting. Craft. Fertilizer. Crafting. So in the future, we should actually just be able to we should just be able to like, because I'm intending to make at least one more of these for like wheat and stuff like that. I'll show you. So wheat. So with the wheat, like, we can use wheat and string. So the wheat will give us pulped biomass. Hay bales, fermenter, give us biomass. The moistener. So the moistener will give us the ability to make mycelium, I believe, and mossy stone and cobblestone. But the moldy wheat we can use to make decaying wheat. We can use to make mulch. Now, so mulch and compost are two different things, especially in Minecraft. And we will need access to both of those. So that is kind of why I want a wheat field. And so because we have the caveat of like everything, they want us to automate everything. And I'm lazy, like, so I like to automate as many things as possible. I just want to be able to set it all up so that why are we not doing anything? Power. So I want to be able to set it up so that I don't have to worry about anything. Why is there sand? So, yeah. That's kind of my process here. I must have, like, put sand in the thing automatically, or accidentally. So it decided to, like, go with it. But we'll get there. So I hope you liked the episode. If you did, leave me a like. If you didn't, don't. Questions, comments, concerns, they're fabulous things. I would love to see them below. And, oh, it must, eventually make the sand as a byproduct. Weird. So, yeah. Have a good night.